Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Battle Through the Heavens Part 238 based on novel. So let's start. 5-star Dosheng. The frightening aura that suddenly swept across the square quickly resulted in shocked expressions surging into the eyes of many experts. There was vaguely an additional hint of fear and respect when they looked at the young figure. Such strength could be considered a peak existence even in an ancient clan like the Yao clan. Xiao Yan from the Sky Mansion really lives up to his reputation. The individuals from the various factions exchanged glances with each other. They could see grave expressions and exclamations in each other's eyes. No wonder the Sky Mansion alliance had developed a tighter bond during these years. With a core individual like Xiao Yan as their main support, this alliance would not be as weak as those other temporary alliances. Yao Wangu's expression became extremely ugly as Xiao Yan's aura erupted. He did not expect that Xiao Yan to have not only caught up to him within these short years, he had even tossed him far behind. A 5-star Dosheng, Yao Wangu was no match for an opponent of this level. Yao Wangu's expression was extremely gloomy. The aura that surrounded his body appeared just like a mountain as it pressed down on him, causing him to feel a great pressure. He did not doubt that if he fought with Xiao Yan, he would be defeated within 10 exchanges. Swoosh swoosh. The eruption of the aura belonging to a 5-star Dosheng stirred many Yao clan experts on this huge mountain. The rushing sound of wind continued to appear in the air above the square. They looked at the ground below, which was covered in fresh blood, and were initially startled. Their faces were quickly filled with fury. Regardless of what happened, these people were all members of the Yao clan, yet they had been beaten into this state in front of their doorstep. It was clear that the Yao clan was not given any face. Elder Wangu. What has happened? Many pairs of eyes shifted to Yao Wangu while feeling furious. Elders, you are all just in time. This Xiao Yan is extremely arrogant. He actually dares to launch ruthless attacks on the members of our clan within our territory. Quickly capture him. Otherwise, our Yao clan will really lose face in front of so many guests. Yao Wangu rejoiced and hurriedly cried out upon seeing the figures in the sky. Xiao Yan? That's Xiao Yan from the Xiao clan. The elders from the Yao clan in the sky exclaimed a question upon hearing Yao Wangu's voice. They were familiar with Xiao Yan's name. Their eyes glanced at Xiao Yan. The surprise in their eyes became more intense when they saw that the terrifying aura originated from him. Xiao Yan, the relationship between the Xiao clan and the Yao clan could be considered good back then. Your actions today are a little overboard. A yellow-robed elder in the sky spoke with a somewhat gloomy expression. If you respect others, others will respect you. If you humiliate others, others will humiliate you, Xiao Yan faintly laughed. His expression did not alter because of the many Yao clan's elders floating in the sky. His eyes were merely locked onto Yao Wangu. The icy-cold smile formed on the corner of his mouth became even denser. Yao Wangu, there are certain words you cannot randomly utter at times. Xiao Yan, what are you planning on doing? Yao Wangu's expression became cold upon seeing this smile. He sternly cried out. His eyes were also extremely sharp. Although Xiao Yan was ruthless when he had attacked those from the clan earlier, he had ensured that they were left alive. Hence, his heart thought that Xiao Yan was a little afraid of the Yao clan. Now that so many helpers had appeared, he had naturally become confident. Apologize to my teacher. Xiao Yan grinned and demanded an apology. Yao Wangu narrowed his eyes as he let out a dense smile. His status was many times greater than Yao Chen's status. How was it possible for him to apologize in front of so many people? Xiao Yan, Elder Wangu might share some blame in this matter, but you have already hurt so many people. You have likely vented your anger. Why don't each of you take a step back? An elder of the Yao clan frowned. He was clearly aware of Yao Wangu's character. Asking him to apologize was an extremely difficult request. Xiao Yan slowly shook his head. The members of the Yao clan were all extremely proud individuals. Those from the Gu clan were considered well-bred compared to them. Xiao Yan did not like this kind of ridicule and provocation. Since he wished to eliminate such ridicule, the only solution was to frighten those fellows into keeping their mouths shut. One could only use the most brutal method when facing such wretched individuals. It was to beat them up until they kept their mouths shut. If you are unwilling, I shall have no choice but to act. Xiao Yan's soft voice caused the faces of Yao Wangu and those elders in the sky to change. Before they could speak, Xiao Yan's body had turned into a ray of light that shot toward Yao Wangu. Xiao Yan, stop this violence. Those many elders from the Yao clan immediately cried out in union upon hearing his words. Before they could intervene, pink light suddenly shot out of Xiao Yan's body. Finally, it turned into a fire baby that floated in the sky. The fire baby widened its mouth. A terrifying pink flame spread. The annihilation force contained within it caused those elders to withdraw with shocked faces. There was no lack of extremely experienced individuals among these elders. Many exclamations quickly sounded. Purifying demonic lotus flame. While those elders in the sky were being blocked by Little Yi, Xiao Yan's figure appeared in front of Yao Wangu in a ghost-like fashion. After which, his finger shot toward Yao Wangu. Xiao Yan, stop! The cry of an elderly figure suddenly appeared around the square while Xiao Yan was attacking Yao Wangu. Everyone was surprised to see a large cluster of fire clouds erupt from the top of the mountain. An old red-haired man was partially visible as he rushed over. It's Elder Wanhu. Waves of exclamations immediately reverberated around the square when everyone saw the red-haired old man. It was unexpected that even this person had been disturbed. A 6-star Doshen? Xiao Yan frowned when the red-haired old man appeared. He glanced at Yao Wangu in front, whose face had revealed a wild joy and a dark ruthlessness. Xiao Yan's eyes once again turned icy cold. His attack did not weaken. A sharp wind rose from his finger as it ruthlessly pressed toward Yao Wangu. Little bastard, do you think that this elderly self is afraid of you? Yao Wangu became furious upon seeing that Xiao Yan continued to come toward him. Do Qi whistled out of his body. His somewhat ancient and yellowish hand was accompanied by a strange wind as it furiously slammed toward Xiao Yan, withered glory palm. Xiao Yan lifted his eyes as Yao Wangu resisted. Both of his fingers were curled slightly. He then pressed them forward with lightning-like speed and heavily struck onto the old man's palm. Bang! The sharp wind on Yao Wangu's palm was swiftly eroded upon contact as a heart-piercing pain was transmitted from his palm. A bloody hole was formed while a frightening wind flipped his body. His feet staggered back 1,000 feet. 2 deep gullies appeared in the square. A mouthful of fresh blood was also miserably spat from Yao Wangu's mouth as his body stabilized. This elderly self will kill you. Yao Wangu's eyes turned blood red after he had been defeated in a single strike. A furious roar sounded. His feet immediately stomped on the ground as his body appeared in front of Xiao Yan with lightning-like speed. A large patch of white powder was scattered before it wrapped around Xiao Yan's body. Sizzle sizzle. A sizzling sound was emitted after the white powder that had landed on the ground. The tough stone floor was immediately turned into nothing. Clearly, this powder was an extremely potent poison. Bang! Before a ruthless expression could appear on Yao Wangu's face after he scattered the poisonous powder, a hand covered in a pink flame extended out of the poisonous powder. It reached toward Yao Wangu's neck with lightning-like speed. Xiao Yan. The red-haired old man, who was hurrying over, had a fury appear in his loud cry upon seeing this scene. He had not expected Xiao Yan to completely ignore even his words, so he clenched his hand. A fiery red Do Qi rapidly gathered there. In the blink of an eye, this Do Qi turned into a 1,000-foot large fire spear. He shook his arm and the huge spear ruthlessly shot toward Xiao Yan at an extremely shocking speed. Bang! Xiao Yan's foot stomped violently on the ground. A magma pillar a couple of 1,000 feet wide shot up and actually shattered the huge spear. However, the fiery-haired old man had managed to rush over while Xiao Yan was attacking. His body moved and appeared a short distance in front of Xiao Yan. The shock and fury within his eyes increased after seeing that Xiao Yan was reaching for Yao Wangu's throat with one hand. Without uttering a single word, his palm slammed toward Xiao Yan. His speed had caused the palm to not appear real as it rushed forward. A terrifying spatial fluctuation spread out as though it possessed a real form. Xiao Yan's expression was icy cold as he stared at Yao Wangu, who wanted to withdraw in panic. He glanced at the red-haired old man out of the corner of his eyes and let out a cold snort. With a flick of his finger, a black figure appeared beside him. After which, the black figure swung both of its hands and collided with the fiery-haired old man in front of everyone's eyes. Clang! The collision of their palms caused an invisible wind to erupt. The hard square was immediately covered with densely packed cracks. The air trembled and the two figures staggered 2 steps back. While the intense collision was occurring behind him, Xiao Yan's eyes were growing colder as he continued to stare at Yao Wangu. His hand was extended a little further and wrapped around Yao Wangu's throat. A huge force surged, causing Yao Wangu's expression to become pale and terrified. Everyone felt their hearts chill as they watched Yao Wangu struggle like a dead fish within Xiao Yan's hand. This fellow was really far too ferocious. Even the combined might of so many Yao clan elders was unable to slow him. Xiao Yan, this is the Yao clan. The red-haired old man furiously glared at Xiao Yan before he sharply cried out after seeing Yao Wangu struggling with all his strength in Xiao Yan's hand. This elder, I have no intention of causing trouble during my stay in the Yao clan. However, if anyone bullies my teacher and me, I will not simply accept it lying down either. Xiao Yan's eyes were icy cold as he stared at the shocked and horrified Yao Wangu in front of many people. His voice was low and deep as he spoke. Little Yi in the sky swiftly descended as Xiao Yan's voice sounded. After which, he stood on Xiao Yan's shoulder. The purifying demonic lotus flame surrounded him while a horrifying heat spread. It caused the faces of many to feel slightly startled. It was the first time they had ever seen such a mysterious heavenly flame. As Little Yi came rushing down, the somewhat strong black figure beside Xiao Yan shifted a step and coincidentally blocked the red-haired old man. The red-haired old man was extremely strong and was a genuine 6-star Dosheng. Only the Northern King could block him. Even the corner of Elder Wanhu's eyes twitched after seeing the lineup beside Xiao Yan, especially when his eyes scanned the cold and indifferent black body in front. A fear rose within his eyes. During the exchange earlier, he had discovered that even he was unable to obtain the upper hand. This Xiao Yan really lives up to his name. He already possesses such strength despite being so young. Moreover, there are so many powerful existences beside him. Such an outstanding talent has actually appeared in the declined Xiao clan. How envious! The fury on Elder Wanhu's face was slowly withdrawn. He studied Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan's achievements did not lose to even old demons like them. Among the younger generation across the entire continent, it was likely that no one could beat him. Xiao Yan, today is an important day for my Yao clan. If Yao Wangu has offended you in any way, can you let him off on account of our Yao clan? The surrounding individuals were slightly startled after hearing Elder Wanhu's words suddenly become much gentler. They looked at Xiao Yan in a strange fashion. They had not expected an expert from the 6th star of the Dosheng class to not be able to subdue Xiao Yan. Elder Wanhu. The elders from the Yao clan revealed a different expression upon hearing Elder Wanhu's words, causing them to involuntarily cry out. From the way they saw it, if Elder Wanhu attacked, he would definitely be able to capture Xiao Yan. At that time, it would show these guests that no one was allowed to offend the prestige of the Yao clan. However, shut your mouths. I know what I am doing. Elder Wanhu furiously chided them. His expression sank when these people interrupted him. Other people might not be able to tell, but he clearly understood that even if he acted personally today, it would be difficult for him to gain an advantage against that cold and indifferent figure beside Xiao Yan. Moreover, there was still Little Yi holding the purifying lotus demon flame from the side with malice. Although those elders felt a great unwillingness in their hearts, all of them merely shut their mouths after hearing Elder Wanhu's stern cry. With the exception of the clan head, no one could surpass his position within the clan. Xiao Yan was also surprised that this elder, who clearly possessed quite a high position within the Yao clan, would actually utter such words. His gloomy expression quickly became a little warmer. Xiao Yan, you didn't come to the Yao clan just to find trouble with Yao Wangu, did you? Elder Wanhu once again asked a question after seeing Xiao Yan's expression grow warmer. Teacher? Xiao Yan slightly nodded. His eyes shifted to Yao Lao. Clearly, he was only intent on listening to his teacher's opinion. Everyone shifted their eyes upon seeing Xiao Yan's gaze. Finally, their eyes paused on Yao Lao, who had yet to speak since the beginning. Since Elder Wanhu has personally stepped forward, we would really be going overboard if we continue to insist. Yao Lao was quite calm in front of the many gazes. He faintly smiled as he replied. He was aware that it was naturally impossible to truly kill Yao Wangu right now. After all, the Yao clan would definitely not sit back and do nothing then. Since Elder Wanhu had given him a path to step back, he was willing to take it. In any case, he had already achieved the deterrence he wanted. Elder Wanhu sighed in relief after hearing Yao Lao's words. His eyes were a little complicated as he glanced at Yao Lao. He had never expected this abandoned person the clan could do without would actually end up with such achievements. Not only did he step into Dosheng realm, he had even taught a disciple who had surpassed him. This disciple of his made the geniuses of the Yao clan pale in comparison. If I paid a little more attention back then, the current situation would perhaps have been completely different, Elder Wanhu sighed within his heart. If the clan had paid a little more attention to Yao Lao, it was likely that he would have developed some lingering feelings for the Yao clan. In that case, the relationship between the Sky Mansion and the Yao clan would have been quite good. How regretful. Xiao Yan nodded after Yao Lao opened his mouth. His eyes glanced indifferently at Yao Wangu in his hand. After which, he randomly tossed him toward the group of elders. The elders hurriedly received him in a miserable fashion. Elder Wanhu. Both my teacher and I represent the entire Sky Mansion Alliance on our trip to the Yao clan. My teacher is the chief of the alliance. His status is not like the others. Hence, I hope that those elders, who think that their status is a little superior, control their attitudes. My Sky Mansion Alliance might have only been established for a short period of time, but we will not allow anyone to randomly criticize us. Xiao Yan turned his head, looked at Elder Wanhu, and spoke in a deep voice. Xiao Yan did not feel the least bit of fear and respect in front of this Yao clan elder. In terms of strength, the other party might not be able to defeat the Northern King. Moreover, if they were to really engage in a life-and-death battle, Xiao Yan was confident he could take the other party's life. Hence, Xiao Yan was not overly courteous when he uttered these words. Everything was measured in terms of strength. Elder Wanhu was clearly aware of the strength of both parties. Hence, he did not appear to be offended by Xiao Yan's words. In terms of overall strength, the Sky Mansion Alliance was not inferior to their Yao clan. If one were to discuss the top-level strength, the alliance, which possessed the ancestor of the Pill Tower, Xiao Chen, Xiao Yan, and the Northern King, was comparable to the Yao clan. Currently, from just the perspective of the strength between both parties, neither was stronger than the other. This was something many elders were clearly aware of, but they were unwilling to admit this in their hearts. Elder Wangu is rather hot-headed. There are times when he involuntarily says offensive words. This elderly self will reprimand him after this. Everyone who has come today are guests. Regardless of what faction the both of you have come in behalf of, our Yao clan will treat you according to the way guests should be treated. Elder Wanhu was clearly many times better than Yao Wangu in terms of magnanimity. His polite words caused many to slightly nod. Such a way of speaking clearly suited the prestige of a large clan. Yao Wangu revealed a flush-red expression, but he did not dare to say anything. If Elder Wanhu had not hurried over in time earlier, he would have embarrassed himself in public if he could even keep his life. Elder Wanhu ignored him. He waved his sleeve and rays of light shot out. The lights accurately shot into the mouths of those individuals who had spoken wickedly and had been beaten by Xiao Yan. After which, he commanded in a faint voice, "For being disrespectful to guests, all of you are exiled from the Medicine Mountain for 10 years. Iron guards, bring them away. A couple of figures rushed over after his words had just sounded. After which, these figures brutally grabbed those pale-looking individuals and tossed them outside like dead dogs. Ha ha, Alliance Chief Yao, young friend Xiao Yan, may I know if the both of you are satisfied with this punishment? Elder Wanhu glanced between Xiao Yan and Yao Lao as he laughed in a faint voice. Xiao Yan admires Elder Wanhu's impartiality. Xiao Yan also revealed a smile on his face. He cupped his hands politely to Elder Wanhu. How could he not understand Elder Wanhu's intentions? These small fries were for him to randomly vent his anger, but Xiao Yan would not be able to pursue the offenses of Yao Wangu. After all, the other party had already punished the members of their Yao clan in public. It is already quite late. If everyone plans on observing the medicinal ceremony, please follow me to the top of the mountain. Ha ha, I have heard that young friend Xiao Yan was once the pill-gathering champion. It is likely that you are also extremely accomplished in terms of pill refinement. However, the Yao clan's medicinal ceremony operates on an even higher level than the pill gathering. Each medicinal ceremony is the peak gathering of alchemists on the Dochi continent. If young friend Xiao Yan can emerge victorious in the medicinal ceremony, the title of the top alchemist on the continent will belong to a different surname. Elder Wanhu fondled his beard. His tone contained a faint pride. In terms of Dochi strength, he would have to view Xiao Yan as an equal. However, when it came to alchemist skills, his pride was accidentally expressed. After all, the Yao clan specialized in medicinal refinement. Xiao Yan merely smiled when he heard the pride within Elder Wanhu's voice. He randomly said, I was taught my alchemist skills by my teacher, but I am curious to learn about the top alchemist gurus within the Dochi continent. It would really be my honor to be able to spar with them. Ha ha, you will definitely have a chance. Anyone who possesses the ability to join the medicinal ceremony can do so. Elder Wanhu laughed. After which, he ceased speaking. His body moved and rushed into the sky. After which, he flew toward the mountain. The many elders from the Yao clan followed close behind. Xiao Yan curled his lips after seeing the backs of those Yao clan elders. Was the Yao clan planning to gain back some face through medicinal refinement? That did not appear simple. Teacher, let's go. Let us go and take a look at the so-called top alchemist gurus from the Dochi continent. Xiao Yan laughed. He turned his head to look at Yao Lao, who smiled and nodded. After which, the both of them rose into the air at the same time and followed those Yao clan elders from afar as they all swiftly hurried to the mountain. The peak of the medicinal mountain was covered by a cloud. A strange medicinal fragrance spread, causing one's heart to feel untroubled, as though one was in a divine place. There were clusters of medicinal ingredients gathering like a sea on top of the medicine mountain. There was an incomparably huge stadium floating in the air above the medicinal ingredient sea. There were 4 huge medicinal cauldrons at the 4 corners of the square. A pill fragrance slowly rose from them as a smoke charged into the cloud. There were many human figures standing on this floating stage. Many lively conversations were being emitted. Their eyes were all looking to the north. There were many stone chairs neatly arranged there. Pretty female servants shuffled around the 2 sides of the stone chairs like butterflies. Those agile hands filled all the jade cups on the stone tables. Swoosh swoosh. Xiao Yan and Yao Lao rushed to the top of the mountain. Their eyes swept around. They were about to find a random spot to take a seat when Elder Wanhu stood from a stone chair at the side. He loudly laughed, Alliance Chief Yao Chen, young friend Xiao Yan, this way please. Yao Chen? Xiao Yan? The Sky Mansion Alliance, huh? It is unexpected that even those two have come. According to the rumors, it seems that this Yao Chen was once someone from the Yao clan, but he was subsequently expelled from the clan for some reason. Something like this actually happened? If this is really the case, does that not mean that the current Yao clan deeply regrets their decision? The laughter of Elder Wanhu immediately attracted many pairs of eyes to the location of Xiao Yan and Yao Lao. The current Sky Mansion Alliance was extremely well known and was appearing like the new overlord of the Central Plains. Most people present had heard about the chief of the alliance in name and its spiritual leader. Many private whispers began to pop up. Xiao Yan completely ignored these various gazes. All he did was simply look at Yao Lao. Ha ha, it is just as you have said. We represent the Sky Mansion Alliance. If they do not give us a good position, they would be looking down on our alliance. Yao Lao laughed. Xiao Yan smiled upon hearing his explanation. After which, their bodies flashed and appeared a short distance from Elder Wanhu. They found a position and sat down. The sharp female servants by the side hurried forward and served them. Elder Wangu smiled at the both of them after they had sat down. Those other elders beside him felt a little unnatural. These elders were all senior representatives of the Yao clan. If Yao Chen had continued to remain in the Yao clan, he would have had to greet them upon sight, yet the current reality allowed them to understand that they would likely be the ones who would have to greet him. The chief of the Sky Mansion Alliance was comparable to the head of the Yao clan. There is nothing interesting to see during the start of the medicinal ceremony. It is merely some young fellows within the Yao clan displaying their skill. The main event of the medicinal ceremony is after that. Yao Lao looked down at the incomparably large stone stage below and softly laughed. He immediately looked at Xiao Yan and said, "If you can emerge victorious in that final competition, the position of the top alchemist on the continent will belong to you. I don't really care about my position, but the Yao clan is really extremely arrogant. I am only planning to use the alchemist skills that teacher has taught me, show them that their reckless and foolish actions back then have caused the Yao clan to lose a true genius." Xiao Yan smiled as he responded. His alchemist skills had already surpassed Yao Lao, but the reason he was able to attain such an achievement was because of the teachings of Yao Lao. If he were able to emerge victorious in such a place, no one within the Yao clan would dare to stop Yao Lao from leaving his parents' name on the clan's tablet. "You little fellow," Yao Lao smiled as he chided him. However, his face was filled with a pleased expression. The heavens had really blessed him with such a disciple. Even though your alchemist skills have already reached the pinnacle, it will not be an easy matter to emerge victorious in this medicinal ceremony. Yao Lao's expression became grave as he said, "Those who can participate in the final competition between alchemists are basically the top individuals of this world. It would be impossible to even find alchemists of this within the Pill Tower." Xiao Yang gently nodded. He naturally did not think that those who could participate in the alchemist competition were mediocre individuals, but the stronger his opponent, the more interested he was in competing. Ever since that enjoyable match with others during the pill gathering back then, Xiao Yang had not been able to compete with others in terms of medicinal pill refinement in such an environment for a very long time. Moreover, the opponents this time around would be many times stronger than the opponents of the pill gathering. The human traffic around the stone stage expanded while Xiao Yang and Yao Lao were chatting. Subsequently, various noises shot toward the sky. The buzzing voices caused even the clouds in the sky to scatter a little. The voices spread before a gong sound rang through the sky. Many members of the Yao clan swiftly stood up. Their respectful voices spread in a mighty manner. "Welcome, clan head." The clouds in the sky churned as the vast and mighty greeting reverberated before they separated. A white-robed, white-haired old man slowly stepped forward. His hand landed against the air and emitted waves of mysterious fluctuations. Space seemed to have solidified at this moment. "Clan head of the Yao clan." A grave expression flashed through Xiao Yan's eyes as he stared at this white-haired old man, who was filled with a warm friendliness. He could sense an unusually powerful aura radiating from the old man's body. This aura was many times stronger than Elder Wanhu's aura. This is the clan head of the Yao clan, Yao Dan. He is currently a 7-star dosheng. Yao Lao's eyes were a little complicated as he looked at the white-haired old man. Regardless of what happened, the blood of the Yao clan still flowed within his body. His heart felt some emotion when seeing the clan head of the Yao clan. 7-star dosheng, Xiao Yang narrowed his eyes. This should be the strongest person within the Yao clan. He was indeed a little stronger than the strongest in the Sky Mansion. The foundation of an ancient clan was indeed something to be envious of. "Ha ha, those who have come are guests." The clan head of the Yao clan, Yao Dan, revealed a warm smile on his face as he stood in the sky. He cupped his hands to the densely packed crowd. Then, his eyes suddenly leaped over everyone and paused on Yao Lao. Those flickering eyes contained a complicated emotion. Xiao Yan, who was seated beside Yao Lao, also sensed Yao Dan's gaze. His expression did not change, but a black light flashed beside him. The Northern King once again appeared. Its indifferent eyes stared at Yao Dan. It was just like a wild beast, which would suddenly become violent and start killing if prompted. Yao Lao slowly lifted his head. His eyes looked directly at Yao Dan as he faintly smiled. He cupped his hands together and greeted, "Greetings to clan head Yao Dan. Yao Chen, we have all been mistaken." Yao Dan's eyes focused on Yao Lao before immediately shifting to Xiao Yan. His eyes paused on the Northern King beside Xiao Yan and he let out a soft sigh for an unknown reason. He took a step forward and appeared beside the main seat as many Yao clan elders respectfully welcomed him. "Ha ha, old man Yao Dan, are you finally willing to exit your retreat?" Yao Dan was just about to sit when another voice that was ancient and experienced slowly propagated through the sky. There was also an extremely dense medicinal fragrance contained within this voice. After which, everyone saw a green light flicker in the distant horizon. Within a couple of breaths, a pale green medicinal cauldron quickly cut through the air and arrived. There was an old man in ordinary linen robes on the medicinal cauldron. A walking stick made from medicinal ingredients was held in his hand. Many jade bottles hung on this walking stick, emitting clear clanging sounds as they shook. "Old man Shen Nong, it is unexpected that even such an elder has appeared." Surprise flashed within Yao Lao's eyes when he saw this person. Xiao Yan by the side was startled before he seemed to have recalled something. The grave expression in his eyes soared. Although the name of this old man Shen Nong was not very famous, he was an extremely elderly expert within the alchemist world. Even Yao Lao could only be considered a junior when compared to him. It was unexpected that this person, who had been missing for many years, would actually appear in this place. It is indeed worthy of the medicinal ceremony. Xiao Yang gently licked his lips. His heart suddenly became boiling hot. Being able to compete with such a person in terms of alchemy skills was really something that would make one's heart boil. "Ha ha, old fellow, you are actually still alive," Yao Dan softly laughed, but his expression was not the least bit surprised. Old man Shen Nong stood up from the medicinal cauldron. He waved his hand and stored the cauldron away. His old and experienced eyes swept around him before pausing on Xiao Yang. He let out a soft exclamation before laughing, "I have not come out for many years. It is unexpected a new face has appeared within the central plains. A spiritual strength that has reached the perfect heavenly state despite being so young. How surprising. Greetings to Elder Shen Nong." Xiao Yang smiled. He calmly cupped his hands together and laughed in front of the many pairs of eyes present. Old man Shen Long smiled as he nodded. He was just about to take his seat when he suddenly frowned and turned around. He looked behind him. A black cloud had suddenly surged over at a shocking speed. Within the blink of an eye, it had turned into a black-clothed middle-aged man. Following the appearance of this person, the entire plaza immediately began to emit a low buzzing sound like the wail of a soul. "Wanhu of the Han clan. I have come uninvited. Hopefully, clan head Yao Dan does not hold it against me." The black-clothed man faintly smiled. His steady voice spread throughout the square. "Wanhu." Yao Lao, who was beside Xiao Yang, shook upon hearing this person's name. A cold glint surged into his eyes. This video will end here.